Yeah, good evening to DeFiChain News on the 31st May 2023, the news show that provides you with the latest updates on the DeFiChain project. If you like the show, let's go crazy on the like button. It helps the project, subscribe, and like always, click the little bell button. So that's normally the point when I introduce my co-moderator and friend DC, but DC is not here today. He's on a little, getaway with his family on vacation. I hope DC you enjoy the time there. No worries, I'm gonna got you covered. We're gonna rock the show alone here. So, everybody out there, I hope you're doing well. I would say we jump right into the headlines and then we see what I've prepared for you today. Headlines for today. Co-founder and visionary and awesome guy of DeFiChain, Birthday U-zyn. He became 40 years old. We're gonna talk about this first and foremost, and then a status about the CFP DeFi voting rounds that are ongoing. I would like to inform you about little things on DeFi MetaChain. Then some new features are planned on the Quantum Bridge. Notable mentions, like always, community project updates, and like always, at the very end, the future dates. So that's it. We thought U-zyn turned 40. That's a good reason to celebrate him on the new show. U-zyn, if you see the show, happy birthday. All the best, happiness, wealth, and health for you. I hope you had a great party yesterday, and I would like to take some time to talk a little bit about U-zyn, because maybe not everybody really knows who is U-zyn. But U-zyn, don't be worried, nothing that people cannot find somewhere else on internet. U-zyn lives with his family here in Singapore. That's where I also met him a couple of years ago. He became a good friend, and he's an awesome dude. What I really like about U-zyn, he's a worldwide respected guy, right? So he's in the crypto space for ages. If you think he bought his first Bitcoin, I think 13 years ago, when he was 27. At that time, he said he thinks he bought Bitcoin for about $3. Imagine that. Even if we are far away from an all-time high, $3 compared to today, that's quite nice gain that he made there. But I know U-zyn never sold. And the cool story is he was long there before Mt. Gox, and he's seen it all come and go. And what is always so funny when I say U-zyn, things are kind of a little bit shaky at the moment, and the community is nervous, or how do we gonna deal with this? And he always says, Mark, I've seen it all. Not that he is cocky in some way, it's just like he's seen so many things come and go, and what he's really also seen is that many problems has been seen in other blockchains already. And he always stayed, even if he knows so much about crypto and blockchain, he always stayed humble and very calm. And if there's a storm outside, he's still calm and he tries to solve to his best. And these are really a lot of abilities, solves the problems with his team. And I think he's really somebody who drives decentralization forward. Even if he's co-founder of Cake DeFi, what is a centralized business here in Singapore, I think he always has for him, it's really important that decentralization is taken really, really seriously. So the whole governance process in DeFiChain is more or less his baby. And he's also somebody who really wants to protect DeFiChain as a decentralized system. So he fully understands that decentralization is not always easy, but he's seen so many systems already that had these little problems in growing older and becoming a full-blown and developed blockchain. He's seen this in Dash, he's seen this in Bitcoin, he's seen this in Ethereum. And so we are also developing, and it's good to have him on the side because of his past experiences. What he's also done, what I think is really a cool project, is he developed the Bahamian cent dollar. So it was one of the first, or maybe the first central bank digital currency. So he flew there, he developed it. He said Bahamas is not that great, at least the part that he's seen of the Bahamas. But he always tells me it was not that great because he was stuck in an office anyway. But yeah, it was a very successful implementation, and they did this in 2019, so not so long ago. And this was actually then before he and Julian decided to found Cake DeFi and also developed DeFiChain. The white paper was written together with Julian, and after that, the pink paper came alive. And what's the difference? The pink paper in our DeFiChain color is the kind of very in-depth technical view on DeFiChain. And this is kind of a living document, and you can find it on GitHub, and it's always, all the latest stuff is added there. So he was also the visionary behind DeFi and what we can do and why we should do this. And I think, yeah, great guy to have here on DeFiChain, especially he's been here for such a long time. He's a really strong believer in digital currencies and in blockchain, and he doesn't sell a lot. He is, like what I've seen, a strong hodler and really somebody who believes that we have a great future, not only DeFiChain, also a lot of these other currencies out there. There was a little bit of conspiracy theory. When's his real birthday? Is it the 30th of May or is it another date? Because there were some videos on social media circulating. But yeah, check out, there's a video where Julian explains why have there been several different days with celebrations for birthday and birthday cakes. But I don't want to spoil this good story. Check out the video that we're gonna link up. Good, so again, U-zyn, happy birthday. I hope you are well and everything is going well here for you. After the birthday, what's next? I spoke about decentralization and governance process, like kind of also a baby of U-zyn. We are having a couple of CFPs up for voting, so they're gonna be concluded on the 4th of June. Check them out. So far, the 3 CFPs are voted a yes, but if you still wanna vote, there's enough time. You've got 4 days about, cast your vote. That's part of the fun of being a masternode, like kind of steering projects and talking or deciding with the other masternodes. Do we fund some projects? Do we not fund a project? Do we want to change DeFiChain? And that's why we have the DFIPs, the DeFiChain improvement proposals. 2 of them are at the moment approved. They also need kind of a supermajority, so more masternodes have to vote, because we say if you want to change something on DeFiChain, so if you don't want to fund a project, if you really want to change something, like let's say we want to delist a D token or something like this, then this is a process that needs a higher majority and needs more people to vote on it. Why do we do this? Or why was this designed like this? If there wouldn't be a minimum amount of votes, then it would be very easy to make a improvement proposal and then just try to push something through. Now we need really more masternodes to come in and 10% and say, okay, we want this, we don't want this, and that protects the system very well. Yeah, so check it out. It's really interesting. Really interesting proposals are there at the moment, especially the one that have been approved, in my personal opinion. One is about how do we safely delist D tokens from DeFiChain when a correspondent ticker is delisted. We added a lot of D token over the last year, but some of the D tokens, some of the tickers actually, they disappear. Companies are bankrupt or are not traded anymore, or then we also have, of course, to delist them from DeFiChain. So how do we do this? People might be invested that nobody loses money. So that's the DFIP all about. Check them out. They are on defiscan.com/governance. You find all of these projects, and yeah, everything is normally linked to GitHub or to Reddit, so you can read up what's behind this project. DeFiChain, also one of U-zyn's babies. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on there. At the moment, we are in the kind of the floppy net stage. What's floppy net? Floppy net's a test net that is maybe not so stable, that can be rolled back very quickly. That's why flip-flop. That's where the name comes from. There was an interesting article about a guide, they call it a short guide. How do you connect MetaMask with FloppyNet? Link's gonna go in the show notes. And then how to run a local node in FloppyNet and help to debug the Ethereum virtual machine layer. Super interesting. And link's gonna be in the show notes. Check them out. And there's also a tweet from Gracia. We're gonna add this one in the show notes. Quantum Bridge, some news here also. This was something that was really not on my radar. I think that's a really cool new feature that they're gonna add pretty soon. It's, if you want to swap on Quantum Bridge, you swap one asset on bridge, from asset on chain to an asset off chain, or the other way around. So for example, one BTC from outside to a DBTC inside, or the other way around. But you need on one side or the other the necessary liquidity. That means it could have happened sometimes that, for example, you wanted to come in with, or you wanted to go out with Tether, and then on the outside there was no Tether, or you want to come in with Tether and on inside there was not the USDT, then you were kind of stuck. You were stuck in that way that you just couldn't do the swap. And to avoid this, the Birthday research team came up actually with a pretty simple but clever idea, a queue function. So it's kind of an order book, but there are no price changes. So it's not really, so you're not at risk that price goes up and down. What you do is you kind of deposit your order. You say, okay, I want to swap it, execute as soon as the liquidity is provided, and then you get your assets on the other side, like on the other side of the portal on your address. Fantastic feature. I'm really looking forward to it because it makes it easier, right? If there was no liquidity, you had to come back another day and check it out. Now, with the queue function in the near future, that's not necessary anyway. And I heard some rumors it's about maximum 72 hours, but I guess it's most of the time gonna be faster anyway. Good. Notable mentions. What is so notable to mention today that it comes into the category? There was on CoinMarketCap an article, Dive into the Web3 Era, Mastering Decentralized Identity, the ultimate guide for newbies. Check it out. Gonna link it up. And then there was a video launched. Santiago Zapata was on the Crypto Rockstar event 2023 cruise. I think it was in Cologne, Germany, where it's a crypto fair / party. Supposed to be quite nice event, and DeFiChain was there, and Santiago was holding, I think he was on stage talking about Jellyverse. Link is gonna be in the show notes. From Jellyverse to community projects. I think that's a very nice segue here. I'm really impressed how I do this to them. DEX Trading Master, super cool project. What's DEX Trading Master about? The idea behind this is there are so many ways how you can make money on DeFiChain. And it's a trading competition, but it's not a trading competition. It's more or less a yield earning, or how much money can you make out of your original investment. Why do I say not a trading? Because everything is possible. You can do a vault, you can put your funds in there, you can liquidity mine. And it's about all the strategies that you want to use to make more out of your initial investment. There is a live leaderboard. Link's gonna be in the show notes. But the cool thing is there are 1 to 3, so places 1 to 3, like the podium winners at the moment. They have all a complete different strategy. And the person who is on first place has done 43 swaps. The guy on the second place has done 148 swaps, and the guy in third place has done only 12 swaps. So it doesn't mean the more swaps you do, the higher you up in the ranking. It seems to be really independent from that. It's more like what's your strategy, and most likely also a little bit how lucky you get. So I would really like to cover this competition in every news show, and then also maybe get the guys in and do a special video with them. I think it's a fantastic idea, and we can all learn about how can you actually make money on DeFiChain, because on DeFiChain is not only buy and sell like many other of these coins out there. They have zero utility. There's a lot of utility on DeFiChain already, and wait until you see what's gonna be possible with DeFi MetaChain if people buy cool new stuff on it. It's really about, you can liquidity mine, you can invest in D-token, you can stake, you can provide liquidity on a DEX and get money for that. So there are many ways to do it, and of course we are the only platform that has decentralized assets, right? So there's no other blockchain out there. And I think that's what people completely forget. I saw a video today where somebody said, DeFiChain is not really cool because, not much price movement. If you buy, you cannot flip it quickly. But that's not what DeFiChain is about, right? It's not a hype coin. There's a lot of utility and a lot of stuff behind it. So that's why I really like this trading master project here. Then Paddy from In the Market has a new newsletter in English and German. Link's gonna be in the description. I know I sound like a broken record, but if I read them out loud, all these links, they're gonna be anyway not understood. So it's easier if you post them in the show notes. And he has a video with Cookie together where they talk about DUSD and a lot about DeFi MetaChain, what's gonna be possible. Check that out. Really cool. And then we've got new DeFi MetaChain merch. As you know, there's a DeFiChain merch shop where you can buy stuff. All the DeFighters out there can buy the DeFighter shirts and a lot of other stuff. I think there are 11 designs, and they are planning to add more and more on the merch shop. Link, like always, gonna be in the show notes. And Volt Maxi also designed a new website or a new page, a sub page to their vaultmaxi.live page. It's all about the D-token stats, how does it look like with the future swap, algo tokens, all the information you find. It looks nice, looks fancy in dark mode, what I've seen. And yeah, thanks for creating that. That's it more or less for today, guys. Last but not least, future dates. There are gonna be 3 events that I want to talk about. First and foremost, tomorrow, Prasanna, DeFiChain lead guy, he's gonna be in the Fireside Chat finally. Finally, we managed to get him here on in our virtual studio. We're gonna talk a little bit about, who is he? Where's he coming from? What is he doing? What is he going to do? You're gonna learn a little bit more about the person Prasanna, not only what you see normally in the tech talks. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be airing tomorrow somewhere, I don't know, evening German time. Yeah, let's check out, subscribe to the channel, then you will not miss it. Then you get a notification anyway that the show is gonna be live. Next week's also gonna be, of course, a news show. DC is gonna cover for me because I'm traveling next week, so he's gonna be alone in the studio. Thanks for that, DC. And then, of course, there's a Tech Talk finally coming. Tech Talks are normally every month. It feels like the last one just recently was recorded, but that's, it's over a month already. So on the 8th of June, also Prasanna, so he's a really guy in high demand, as it seems. He's gonna talk with DC about the ins and outs about DeFi MetaChain. For sure is gonna show us a little bit more than we know already. That's it. At the very end, again, U-zyn, happy 40th birthday. I hope you enjoyed the show. We see each other either on the other side, question and answer. Let's see who is here. Otherwise, I'm gonna see you in a couple of weeks on the DeFiChain news show. And have a great evening. Thanks for being here and have a fantastic evening. Thank you so much and see you soon. Gut, that was a funny one. I don't know. This transition didn't really work out as planned, but does not matter. I think I'm not really in the center here today. That looks a bit better. Good. Let's see if we've got any questions here. We've got some usual suspects. Jackie is here. Hi, Jackie. Jackie sends happy birthday to U-zyn. Christian Patterson, super loyal customer here. Also here with birthday wishes. Yeah, and then we've got Nikosama Msibi. I hope I pronounce your name right. Sorry if I'm slaughtering your name here. Also for birthday wishes for U-zyn. Yo, guys, if you like the show, leave us a like. It's always nice. If you don't like what you see, leave us a dislike. It's also cool. Helps us with the algorithm. It's crazy. Even the bad votings are helping here. I hope you enjoyed what I spoke about. Oh, okay, there's a question. Favorite topic. Any plans regarding the DSD repacking? So, yeah, there's a lot. So, DSD Burnbot is working. So, I think there are a couple of mechanisms in the background. The repack is, of course, a long time goal here. Things are working. DSD getting burned. There's no immediate repack most likely possible, but in the next couple of months we're gonna see for sure an improvement. We've seen an improvement already. A lot of DSD have been burned. The good thing is the DSD in the D-token system is always $1, right? So you can buy stocks for $1, even if the DSD has a lower value at the moment. This is more or less a situation that you face if you want to go out of the D-token system. But there's a really, really cool video from Kügi. Check that out in one of these DeFiChain Demystified videos, where Kügi explains very well there's a D-token system and there's a crypto system. And the only problem is if you cross over, because the pool is a bit shifted. There are too many DSDs in this pool. That's why the DSD price is in these pools too low. But if you stay in the D-token system, then there's no problem. So if you do liquidity mining or earn negative interest rate, then the DUSD price is irrelevant because it's $1. Dollar is $1. So this DeFiChain Demystified video, absolutely cool to watch. I mean, all the videos in the DeFiChain Demystified series, I think, are absolutely excellent because they explain basics of DeFiChain. Also a little bit basics of Bitcoin, that we are built on Bitcoin, but also a lot of this drama about DUSD, what's going on there, is it a problem, is it not a problem, and really debunking a lot of these myths that we have here in DeFi MetaChain. DeFi MetaChain is not really live yet. So guys, yeah, that's it. If there are not any more questions, then I would say thank you. Thanks for the good questions. I wish you all the best and have fun on DeFiChain. Watch out what's gonna happen on DeFi MetaChain. That's gonna be big, and it's gonna push DeFi MetaChain for sure into the universe in a positive way. Guys, have a great evening. Thanks for joining, and greetings from Singapore. Have a nice evening, and bye-bye.